So everyone talks about Summerlin and everyone talks about Henderson, but let me share with you 5 neighborhoods that us Las Vegas locals love living in that you barely hear about. And after living here for a handful of years, these are some areas that you may want to consider. And of course, these are my own personal opinions, so just take it with a grain of salt. The first neighborhood I would definitely recommend and has its own charm is the McNeil Estates. This area is somewhat in the heart of Las Vegas. It is very close to the old Strip downtown area, which makes it very convenient for that type of lifestyle or commuting. It's very centrally located, but I love the charm of McNeil Estates because usually you will be able to avoid a homeowners association. So people telling you what you can and can't do to your property. Usually these properties are very unique as well. So I've toured plenty of these different properties and they are all usually custom in its own right, a little bit larger lots, and it just gives you a real character feel of the old Las Vegas. You see a lot of cookie cutter type neighborhoods nowadays in the newer developments. So McNeil definitely has its own history and its own character. So the number 2 neighborhood I would want to highlight is Section 10. So not to mix this up with Section 8 housing, Section 10 actually is known to have huge lots, and for it to not also have a homeowners associations. I know that they have recently built Blue Heron, which is like a luxury builder. If you are not familiar, that may have its own covenants, but outside of that little area, Section 10, you're looking at the smallest lots of land are like, I want to say half an acre. Usually these homes are very custom made. So I could see someone who has a lot of money, who has a good enough amount of money to want to be able to customize their own big house, maybe have a horse property. If you wanted to have a huge backyard, I've done several videos highlighting Section 10 about this type of unique feature, and it is very centrally located. It's also very close to, say, Summerlin and the west side of town. So with that being said, my name is Wilson Walker. I'm a licensed realtor here in the state of Nevada as of 2020, and I am also licensed in Oregon as of 8 years. So if you're moving to and from the Las Vegas area, make sure to reach out to me in one of my contacts in the description below. Let's flip it to the other side of town in Whitney Ranch. Okay, so Whitney Ranch is a neighborhood that is on the east side of the Strip, and you may hear of some negative features and negative content about East Las Vegas, and I would say definitely directly right outside of the Strip. East of that, you could get into some rough areas, but if you're a little bit further southeast, there's a small little pocket called Whitney Ranch. And this is just a nice little area that's just very clean, very quiet. It's a little bit slower pace. It is more of Henderson, and so it may not be as vibrant as, say, a Summerlin, and not as much of the pop culture going on, but it is just a great, quiet, safe type of community feel to it, where there's plenty of parks with a bunch of grass, and you just don't hear about this area as much as maybe I might have, or people who live here and know the areas. You could have a nice park setting, community built type of tucked away area. So another neighborhood or area that I'd like to highlight here in Las Vegas is Blue Diamond. Blue Diamond is somewhat on the southwest side of Las Vegas. And the reason why I want to highlight this area specifically is because it offers a lot of a mix of the new Vegas, as far as there's a lot of builders out there right now, and you could get a great value. You also are a very close drive to, say, Pahrump, for people who want to be on the outskirts or just to take that short road trip. And then also you're kind of right in between the southern part of Vegas, you know, where you know, Southern Highlands is very high-end luxury, but then you're also south of the newer areas of Southwest, a lot of development in Durango, Rhodes Ranch, high-end neighborhoods up there, the Ridges, and you're very close to the 215, where you could go up to Summerlin or any one of those very vibrant happening areas. You're also very close to Mountain's Edge and just some of the outdoorsy type of trails and that type of vibe, if you are into a little bit of both, a little bit of versatility, I should say. So that leads me to the last neighborhood I would like to highlight that you don't usually hear about, and that's Aliante. That has a special little feature for me. It's in North Las Vegas, so right away I'll just say that it isn't for everyone. You are kind of away from a lot of the activity if you are into all of the streets or the strip type of events, and you are away from the airport. But if you wanted to just be tucked away, have some great value on your property and a lot of fresh new communities, then I would definitely look into Aliante. Also, you are very close to the Northwest. If you wanted to be a little bit closer to Mount Charleston and some of those type of outdoorsy type of activities. And then you are also very close to the 215 as well, so you could still make your way around town. Just the value in general. They have a great golf course out there, a lot of new development, DR Hartman, Richmond, American, and it is definitely not for everyone, but it is definitely overlooked as well. Just a nice little hidden gem up in the north. So with that being said, I want to know what your thoughts are. Leave those in the comments below. Did you like some of these areas, or at least the thought of them if you aren't familiar with them? And also, if you're moving to and from Las Vegas, don't forget to reach out to me personally. I will make that process for you of moving as seamless as possible. Again, subscribe if you're brand new, like the video if you found it valuable or entertaining, and I will catch you guys on the next one.